They will wait for the scoreboard to count down. Everybody's going to have to hurry back to their seats. And, of course, the concession stand out here, the Menahoonies, I hope they've made some money.
Oh, I think they have.
It looks like it.
I grabbed the last hot dog.
Oh, wow. Well, that's good news. That means there won't be any left over for next year. We'll save that. Waiakea bunched up around the football, and they are giving the appearance of an onside kick. They may spread out here. We will wait and see if they do, and now they will drop back and spread out into a more normal formation. Michael Ina to kick off, and he's got the ball underway. Valen Vea will take it at the 10-yard line. Vea to the 20. He's got a hold of the 30 and out to the 35-yard line. Little pushing and shoving going on after the play. I guess each of these teams trying to get a little exercise going in, but there's some bumping going on.
And Jay, how about two of your all-stars there, Mason Moriguchi and Robert Delacruz, 3-year starters, and you miss them. I've seen them for all three, and what great kids they are too.
I'll tell you, I always see Waimea players in this league, and I wonder how in the world can you replace somebody of that caliber, but they keep doing it. Villanueva into motion on the first down play. Gannon going to pitch to the left side over to Jardine. He's got some blockers out in front of him, picks up 5 over the 40 and close to the 45-yard line before he is chased out of bounds at a nice 8-yard gain. Well, they'll spot it at the 44, so it's a 7-yard gain.
And with Jardine just popping him, he's also being effectively used as a decoy, and it shows in Alden Pablo picking up 66 yards in the first half alone.
Yeah, that is good. Getting back to Mason Moriguchi, I'd have to put him, and if you ever were to make an all-league, all-time, all-team, Mason, he'd have to be there. On second and short yardage, again, Pablo into motion. They're going to pitch to the near side over to Jardine. Hit in the backfield at the 40. He is stopped. Oh, where did that defender come from? He had lined up in the backfield of Waimea. He was that quick in getting through there.
Waimea definitely missed some kind of assignment. Your blocks are definitely made to cover somebody reaching that backfield that quick.
Lyndon Camara, who is a defensive back. He got through there untouched. Loss on that play of about 4 yards, so it's a 3rd down and 7 to go. Just getting our third quarter underway, 21-7, Waimea with the ball and the lead. Here's their 3rd down. Gannon with the snap, hands off. Jardine shredding a couple blockers over the 40 to the 43-yard line, and he is shoved backwards. Knocked back another 3, but he did get the forward progress to the 43-yard line, and it brings up 4th down.
And Jay, it's just deja vu. Waimea needs to get that offense rolling. That loss on the play really hurt them, but when Waiakea comes out with a big defensive stop early on.
Waimea gets their punting unit onto the field. Ernie Shim drops back for Waiakea. He has got dangerous speed. Jardine angling one towards the sideline at the 20, and it'll bounce and just go out of bounds. What a nice kick. It spins on the toe of the ball and goes out at the 12. Excuse me, the 17.
Well, Mr. Do-It-All just does a tremendous job. He can't get any better. The ball just actually lands there right at the out-of-bounds mark. You don't give Ernie Shim any chance to make a return.
That's right. He didn't even think about it. When he looked at the way the ball was twisted away, and what a beautiful kick right to the 20, and then it just rolls a few yards more before it goes out of bounds. So Waiakea has it. 1st and 10, down by a couple of touchdowns here. 10:24 on the clock in the 3rd period. Man into motion going to the far side, so it'll be a triple to the right. Young hands off up the middle. Keikoa Vela tripped up at the line of scrimmage, but he stumbles forward for a nice gain of about 5. Takes it to the 22-yard line. 2nd down will be coming up and 5 yards to go.
And looking at that first play coming out of the locker room, you can see Tim Lino's trying to establish a ground game, a simple ground game, and seeing if they can get a quick score.
Keikoa Vela and Shim in the backfield. Ernie Shim, the tailback. Young again takes a snap. Hands off to Shim. Shim bouncing it outside. He's got some pursuit. He'll pick up the 1st down. Still on his feet across the 30, and he's dropped at the 32. Lots of running, and he's got a good gain of 7, and that's enough for the 1st down for Waiakea.
Waiakea coming in a high formation designed to go off tackle, and Ernie Shim seeing the outside that was open, bouncing it out and picking up good gain just on his speed.
So Waiakea with another first down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. The ball set to the far hash mark. Everybody in tight. Now they break out of their formation, go triple to the left side. Handoff, Kekuavela upended, and he'll flip over to the 35-yard line, picking up 4 yards. Well, he's got such tremendous forward momentum, Ross, that even though they stop him, he's still going to gain 3 yards.
Well, on that play, Tyson Core comes in, hits him at the line of scrimmage, hits him low where he can knock him down by himself. But, you got to give up that yardage there. Otherwise, you can't bring him down. You just have to knock him low, hope for the best.
2nd down and 7 after that gain of 3. The ball exactly at the 35-yard line. Waiakea's Young on the option, rolling out. He's hit in the backfield. He is sacked. Thrown for a loss back at the 33-yard line is where they will spot it. A loss of 2 on the play.
Ricky Fernandez picking up a great assignment there. He had the quarterback on that option play. Ricky Fernandez having a tremendous game so far at defensive end with a nice stop there on quarterback Johnny Young.
3rd down and 9 at the 33-yard line. Waiakea, and again for them, this is 4 down country.
The way Tim Lino is playing it, he's playing a very aggressive, taking a lot of gambles. You can just tell it's going to be 2 down territory here.
Single setback, slot to the right side. Young, 3 steps back, looks over the middle, fires it, has it complete at the 40-yard line, diving forward and picking up the first down if they give him the spot, and I believe they will give him the spot. That is enough for the first down, just by a football length at the 42-yard line.
Ernie Shim coming out from his slot position, running a stop pattern right at the first down marker. Great pattern and a great throw by Johnny Young. Ernie Shim, just a tremendous player, just at 5'6", 145.
And he really used that 5'6" to dive forward to pick up the first down. He could have been stopped easily at the 40-yard line. Instead, they move the chains, and it's another first down for Waiakea. Methodically moving down the field, 10 by 10 here. Waimea with their linebackers right up on top. They're pointing at the lineman. Somebody must have moved. There'll be a false start against Waiakea. That'll cost them 10 yards. Well, excuse me, a 5-yard penalty. I guess it was wishful thinking on my part. I would have given them 10. No. So it's a 1st and 15. Clock stopped with the flag at 7 minutes and 33 seconds. Here in our 3rd period, and again a packed house at Hanapepe Stadium. This field surrounded by football fans, and they're being treated to a great football game. Young with a triple to the right side now. Drops back, the pocket collapses. He's going to scramble, hit by Solibio, and down he goes. Solibio grabbed his foot and stopped him, and Puna Rivera, the nose guard, able to help put the end to it.
Jay, and the defensive backs for Waimea with good pass coverage, causing Johnny Young to have to scramble, and Waimea with good coverage there on Johnny Young as he scrambled. And you talked about the attendance. We always come in here and see, a small crowd, but then when you really take a look as the game starts, you go, wow.
Yeah, you can, if you get out there and take a look, especially if you try to drive out of here afterwards with the traffic, you know who was here. Here's a 2nd down play. It'll be 2nd and 14 with a man in motion. Young dropping back, looking to his left side, now over the middle. Has to run out of the pocket. Oh, he's got a huge hole. 45, 50, first down, 45, and down he goes. Stop was made by Tyson Core. Sean Jardine also in on the tackle that time. Young with nobody to throw to, and that is just what a dangerous player he is, with absolutely no one to throw to. He had a huge right side of that field wide open, and he just took it.
And that just hurts you, as a defense. But Johnny Young is just an exceptional athlete. Waimea gets him in a perfect position, 2nd and 13, and they get a good pass rush. And here's Johnny Young, breaks it off, big gainer.
Talking to some people at halftime, and they were kind of curious as to why Young is a quarterback. They think he should have been a running back the way he runs. I was like, but did you see him throw the ball? It is a 1st and 10 for Waiakea. They've got it at the Waimea 44-yard line. Big Kalani Kekuavela with 210 pounds, the single setback for Young. Oh, a man gets an early start. No flag, however. Handoff goes absolutely nowhere. Looked like somebody had their motor running a little bit early, but I didn't see a flag go up.
And Jay, the young man, again, coming up with a stop was Ricky Fernandez, coming in quickly from his defensive end position.
Loss of 2 on that play. So 2nd and 12 at the 45-yard line. Ball to the far hash mark. Waiakea moving from your right to your left as you check your dial. Young starts his man into motion with that little half step back. Fakes it to the back, play action, wants to fire over the middle, incomplete, and I believe Tyson Core may have got a finger on it, or Bobby De La Cruz, and he's pointing at somebody. And I believe he said, hey, you got a lineman downfield here. And that is big number 69 that was rumbling down into a pass pattern.
And that's what makes, Robert De La
66.
Cruz a tremendous linebacker. He gets back, 15 yards in pass defense coverage. He's an athlete. He's stocky enough to stop the run, but he can also get back and help out the defensive backs.
That was Jacob Picani at 6'2", 256 pounds. That was running he must have been a tackle eligible. That was running up the middle. 3rd down now, and there's a flag, and it could be too much time. Yes, delay of game against Waiakea. So there's a 5-yard penalty, making it 3rd down and 16. But again, these situations, Ross, really don't appear to bother Johnny Young much. He's such an accomplished young man, and he's got so much confidence in his own ability.
This is a situations where, guys like Ricky Fernandez and Daniel Tafu and Salivio need to come up big, get a big sack for Waimea.
Big 3rd down play, slot to the left. Young drops back, looks left, over the middle, checks it, steps up out of the pocket. He's going to have to run, and he's going to get a 1st down the far sideline. 20, tackled inside the 20 at the 15. Young again breaking free and running for a huge 1st down for Waiakea.
Again, Waimea with a good pass rush, good pass coverage, but Johnny Young just looking like Steve Young. The way he scrambles and makes plays happen. He's just a tremendous athlete. He can't fall to anybody. It's just pure exceptional talent by Johnny Young.
There's a timeout on the field, and we're going to pause with 5 minutes left in our 3rd period. The score, Waimea 21, Waiakea on the drive with 7. The Waimea Menahunis with their hand full on defense right now. It's Johnny Young with a 1st and 10 at the 17. Hands off. Kekuavela smacked at the line of scrimmage and stopped after a short gain. He'll pick up 2.
It's a good stop there by number 5, our small undersized nose guard, Puna Rivera, 5'3", 163. And he's just doing a whale of a job too, holding up the middle. Yeah,
Puna, and if you look at that 5'3", it's amazing that he comes up against a team that's averaging right at 6 foot and 200 pounds.
What's impressive is he's the first player that caught out defense. He just takes a big look there at Waiakea and says, I'm not scared of you.
Yeah, that's true. 2nd down coming up, man into motion. On the reverse, Young, he's going to want to throw it. It'll be incomplete. Alden Pablo on the coverage, and the pass that time was intended for Chevis Lamoya out of the backfield.
And number 85, Michael Salivio, putting on a big hit there on Johnny Young after he released the ball. Johnny Young not too happy with that hit, thinking it was a little late.
Yeah, he picked up a little dirt on the collar that time. So that forces a 3rd down and 8 at the 15-yard line. Waimea being asked to put up another big stand. At the closing moments of the first half, they were able to come up with an interception deep in their own territory. Let's see what comes up here. Waiakea desperately needs a score. On the 3rd down, Young takes a snap, rolls to the left, looks to the end zone, heaves it up, and it's going to be incomplete. Nearly caught, but broken up. It was thrown to Leroy Shelton. Mr. Touchdown. Alden Pablo, Sean Jardine over there along with Randy Villanueva.
Shelton at 6'3", compared to Pablo, who's 5'4", but Pablo just, outwilled him there on that pass, and what a great coverage there by Pablo. He was right on him all the way. It's just the height that mattered.
Sheldon had it momentarily. He had his paws on it, but the defense of Waimea closed in. So it's 4th down, 8 yards to go at the 15, and Waiakea is going for it. The fans are starting to get up on their feet. Man into motion, being shadowed by Vea. That's Shelton. Young rolling to the left, looks into the end zone for Shelton, fires it to the corner, intercepted. Waimea intercepts it in the end zone. That is Randy Villanueva. The cornerback, Randy Villanueva, stepped in front of Shelton and stole the ball.
Looks like the actual receiver was William Rodriguez. And he was running a quarter pattern, and you know what great. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, it was.
That's right. I gave William a touchdown once this year when it was somebody else.
Yeah, it was Shelton, but you know what great closing speed by Randy Villanueva, and you know what a big play there for Waimea.
That was huge. That was monstrous. At the 20-yard line, the Menahooties, with 4 minutes in the third period, take the snap, handoff, Jardine, right side's got the hole, breaks free, 30, he's on his way, 40, 50, it's a race down the sideline, 30, 20, a man to beat, 10, touchdown, Waimea and Sean Jardine, 80-yard run.
And the Waimea team just diving on him. Man, don't get better for if you're a Waimea fan. You just break the heart and soul there of Waiakea.
Water bottles are flying. Now the coaches are going to get the Menahooties back under control because there's still a lot of football left to play. But what a run, and Sean Jardine, and the statewide press is here tonight, folks, and he is showing everybody. Jardine now gets set to do the extra point.
He's very tired too, Jay.
Yeah, you can see him really huffing and puffing out there. He is gasping for some air. Ferguson puts it down. Here's the kick. It's up. It's good. We're going to pause. 3:46 to go in the third period. And after that one, it's Waimea 28, Waiakea 7.
Speed.
Gerald Hurd will kick off now for the Menahooties, a very short kick, and it's going to be taken up at the 31-yard line by Michael Ina, looking for some running room, dropped at the 31-yard line, ran to the right, ran to the left, and now there's a fight on the field, and there should be an ejection. A Waiakea player knocked the Menahootie down and then stomped on his chest. I don't see a flag, however, and I can't believe they're not going to call it. It was happening right in front of two different officials, and they were both looking at it.
You said that was number 63 for Waiakea, Alkin Kekalua. And that was a very bad play, and that should not happen, does not belong here on that field.
Amazing that did not get a flag. First down now for Waiakea. Young is going to hand off. No, he's going to play action and throw it. It'll be complete, and oh, what a tackle at the 38-yard line. Alden Pablo just drilling Ernie Shim, and he hobbles off the field. There's a big reception, though, and a nice gain for Waiakea.
Yeah, you know, you just love to see that as a, you know, coach where, you know, you get hit illegally, and then the very next play, your player shows them how to do it legally, and really puts a good knock on them.
Boy, he really did. What a hit. Second down, though. 4 yards to go after that gain of 6. Young again to pass. Fires it over the middle. He's going to have it complete. And that'll be Kubo Jiri for another first down, and he takes it close to the midfield marker, picking up close to 15 yards on that play. This is where Young is really dangerous because he just loves to throw that ball. The ball just shy of the 50-yard mark, 1st and 10 for Waiakea. Single setback, triple to the left. Young drops back, surveys the left, throws it over the middle, tipped, and it'll be incomplete.
Yeah, a great play by number 60, Ikaika Potts, who's playing linebacker, and maybe they put him in there for you know, pass coverage purposes, but whatever they did, it worked there.
I think, too, that Kobayashi right now is trying to get some of his kids a little bit of a breather and some rest because they have just overexerted themselves, and he can't just expend all their energy here in the third period. Second down and 10 now, coming up with 2:38 remaining in the quarter. Here's the snap, straight step back, a little tuck underneath to Kekuavela. He's on the run and knocked down at the 40-yard line, close to the first down marker.
Tyson Core comes up with the stop, and Tyson has come up with a big game also at a time when, you know, the coaches really said, you know, they needed a good game out of Tyson Core, and, you know, Core has stepped it up. As you can see on the scoreboard with 7 points, you know, Waiakea is not dominating Waimea's defense.
No, they're not, and that was a great play by Young. Everybody was really looking forward to the pass, and he able to, with that nice long arm of his, just wrap it around and hand it underneath to Kekuavela. Very well executed play, but the Menahooties again always seem to come up with that defense.
You know, it's not a bad strategy. You let them march them down, let them eat up some of the clock, but when you get in that crucial situations down there like we previously had, and you can come up with a big play, you just break their backs.
It'll be a 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line, the Menahuni 40-yard line. Kekuavela, the single setback, slot to the left, wide out on both sides. Now the right side coming over to the left, so it'll be a triple to the left for Young when he takes the snap. He drops back, looks to the left, over the middle, throws it. He'll have it complete to Michael Ina at the 34-yard line. That'll be a gain of 6 on the play. Young, really a very proficient passer.
Well, you look at him, I mean, you know, not knocking Glenn Freitas, but you look at him throw on the run and, you know, he just looks like he could be just as good. I mean, at this point.
Yes, and it really looks like he understands his system. He can play within whatever they've given him, you know. Tim Lino has really designed this offense around that kid, and it's worked quite well. 2nd down now, coming up in 5 to go. Young, again, straight drop back. He's got some pressure from behind. Some of the linemen taken down. He's going to have to run. Hit at the 34-yard line. Waiakea holding. They just flat out tackled on that play. There was a big rush coming in from Keali'i Aguiar, and he was just tackled as he was going after Ernie Young, who may be cramping up. He's coming up from the ground now, trying to stretch his calves.
You know, again, you see the same Waiakea player trying to get some action after the play. You just wish he'd get what he wants during the play and, you know, cut that other stuff out.
Yeah, he doesn't really need it. 3rd down and 2. Menahuni fans rising for the defense. Young on a play action fake. Fires it to the end zone. It'll be incomplete. Sean Jardine breaking it up at the goal line. Pass coverage by Valen Vea, but Jardine went up and nearly had an interception. And again, as the Menahunis come in on rushing, they are being tackled as they go after the quarterback.
And, you know, they are putting on some good licks on Johnny Young, which will slow him down. That time, nose guard Puna Rivera put a good hit on him, and if they keep hitting him, you know, in the long run, it'll show to fruit there.
4th down and 3. The ball at the 33-yard line. Young splits his receivers wide. Double slot. Straight drop back. Looks over the middle. Heaves it to the corner. And it's going to be incomplete. Thrown out of bounds. The Menahunis will take over on downs.
Jay, you wonder why he called a play like that, a bomb in the end zone, you know, just a lucky shot when you just got 3 yards to go. You figure you look for a closer receiver, pick up the 1st down mark. But, you know, this way, Waiakea just practically seals it for Waimea if Waimea can get a score here on this drive.
And they had warmed up, Ross. We watched them before the game, and they are just firing bullets of about 3 to 5 yard distance to their receivers. So it shouldn't have been that unlikely of a situation for them to go to a short gain there. However, now on 1st down, they're going to hand off Jardine. Crushes it right up the middle, takes it across the 35 to the 37-yard line. Waiakea now trying to grind Sean into the ground. They've got a couple guys laying on top of him, and they kind of roll over him as they get up. And that is one way to kind of wear out a running back. 2nd down and a gain on that play of 4 yards. So that brings up a 2nd and 6.
You know, the old saying goes, you know, when you say you're going to do something, and in this case, stop Sean Jardine, you don't, and they're not.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're through 3 quarters of play. We're headed to the 4th. It's Waimea 28, Waiakea 7. Wow, Waimea. Final 12 minutes of this ball game. The Menahunis with the ball. 2nd down play. Hand off and straight up the middle. 1st down, maybe close to the 1st down marker. Alden Pablo taking it out to the 43-yard line. And we'll wait for the spot and see exactly where they put it down, and they may have to measure. This looks like it will be enough. I'm surprised they're going to have to measure this one because it's, well, we'll wait and see. Actually, the angle I've got is a little crooked, so maybe they don't have it.
And again, Waimea faking the sweep to Jardine with just him running out on the flat and not even running very hard, but Waiakea just totally focusing on him, giving the ball quickly to Alden Pablo, and boom, big yardage.
Pablo was stopped 1 inch short of the first down marker, so that brings up 3rd down and 1 inch to go. And this, this is almost quarterback sneak time. You just want to get that first down, I would expect. And I wouldn't think it's time to fool around, and the Menahunis really never have been one to come up with big trick plays at these situations. Sean Jardine in the backfield. He's going to get the call, puts his head down, crashes his way through, and now it's just going to be up for the officials to unpile the scramble out there and put the ball down, and we'll see what they do with it. The marker's already flipping it over to a 4th down.
Well, Waiakea just, they knew that play was coming because they had like 3 linebackers just shooting through that exact hole that Sean Jardine tried to go through.
And it is a 4th down. They're not even going to measure this one. Waimea is going to send the punting unit out there. So a loss on that play. Not much, loss of about half the length of a football. Jardine will punt, and it was a quick punt. They've got the wrong guys on the field, and I'm sure Waiakea had more than 11 on the field. Ball will bounce down and take a Menahuni roll towards the 21-yard line, but they had players running on and off the field. Waimea with a quick snap. Much more prepared for that play, and again, I think the officials got flat-footed, Ross, because I'm sure there were more than 11 Warriors on that field.
And that, with a possible penalty would have given Waimea the first down, but, again, Waimea sitting in a good position with a 21-point lead with just 11 minutes to go. It's just hang on time.
Well, that sounds scary to me. Hanging on is never fun in football. I don't care if you're Notre Dame or who, it's just, you don't know.
That's right.
Whoa.
Not when you have a Johnny Young for a quarterback who can throw like he can.
That's right, and already he's got a huge arm, and there is no wind tonight. Now, normally, there is a slight trade wind breeze now beginning to pick up, and if it was normal trades, this quarter he'd be throwing into the face of the wind, which would make a difference. But it's a very still night, and just a beautiful football night. I mean, this is fall at its best.
We had our share of bad weather recently, so
yeah,
I think we deserve a few nice nights like this.
Absolutely, and boy, this is a big, big night. For Waimea, this is a huge night for the entire KIF, and we certainly like to send our aloha and hellos to the Red Raiders, hopefully here tonight, and the Kapaa Warriors, and I'm sure that both of those clubs dream of one day having this opportunity.
Yes, a victory like this, for Waimea is not one just for Waimea, it's one for Kauai. It's about respect, and, we think we play a good brand of ball here, but, many others out there don't think so. And a win like this gives us some credibility, and, I hope all coaches are cheering for Waimea on this one, on Kauai, and, when the other teams get in there too, I'm sure Waimea will do the same.
I would think if Tim Lino thinks the BIIF is the dog of the big three, I would have to think that statewide KIF is more or less perceived to be the runt of the litter.
Well, talking to him earlier, he was so confident about his team and the talent. It's a year mature team that beat Waimea, handily last year. And, he's talking about taking on St. Louis, but, the team that showed up here tonight, I think they would be probably embarrassed by St. Louis, and I think, Waimea would give them a much better game.
Oh, absolutely. Although I'd be really scared. I wouldn't even put UH up against St. Louis.
Yeah.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line for Johnny Young and the Warriors of Waiakea. Young settles behind the center. Drops back, looks to the left side. He'll have a completion. Still on their feet out to the 30 and across to the 33-yard line. And taking that carry, Chevis Lamoya. Lamoya with a nice catch, but an even better run after the catch. Clock stops, so Lamoya, now it will start again, so I guess he did not get run out of bounds. But it was enough for the first down at the 33-yard line. Slot to the right side, wide out to the right side as well. Young checks them off, looks at the defense, takes it, drops straight back, has some pressure, looking to the left, fires over the middle, tipped and incomplete. Oh, and once again, Ikaika Potts with his fingertips on the ball. Getting a big bear hug out there by Tyson Core.
And a big pass rush again by Puna Rivera along with Daniel Tafua, putting on a good hit again on Johnny Young, making him pay every price for waiting to that last second.
Second down, 10 yards to go for the Warriors. Ball still placed at the 33-yard line. Waiakea at their own 33. Very tight formation now. They got everybody stacked in close to the line. Young dropping back, looking for protection. Throws over the middle, incomplete. Whistling a bullet, and again, he gets smashed. Daniel Tafua right there on top of him. Pass was intended for Michaelina out over the middle.
And, the thing you like to see is that, you're seeing Waiakea a lot of times, doing exceptionally a lot of late hits, and then they're raising their hands like WrestleMania. But, just look at the scoreboard, and Wyman's just playing a clean game, doing their thing, and beating them right on the field.
3rd and 10 coming up here. Huge down for the Menahunis on defense. Young to throw again. Has a completion. Michaelina's got it for the first down, and he takes it into Menahuni territory. He'll take it to the 47-yard line. That'll move the chains and move everybody into the other side of the field. Clock will stop as they move the chains with 10 minutes remaining in the ball game. Young now going to hurry it up. Gets everybody to the line of scrimmage quickly. Takes the snap. Straight drop back deep into the pocket. Throws over the middle. Has another completion. It's Lamoya. Lamoya stumbling and tripping and diving forward. He'll have a first down, and he gets out to the 32-yard line. So now Young just picking apart the Menahuni defense.
Well, Jay, again, going back to, that pass rush, if they give Johnny Young time, he's going to find receivers open. They got 3-4 receivers out there. They need to put better pass rush there on Johnny Young.
Another first down. Young with the snap. Drops back. Short step. Throws it. It's tipped at the line of scrimmage, and it'll be incomplete. One of the Menahunis got their hands up. Maybe Ricky Fernandez got his hand on there, or else Michael Solibio.
Yes, it looks like it was Fernandez, and that's something. If you don't get that pass rush, he's throwing a lot of bullets across the middle. Get that hands up and try to get that hand on that ball.
2nd down and 10 now. Ball at the 32-yard line. Waiakea trying to mount a drive of their own. It has been a long drought for them. Now they go to the I formation. Another play action. Young to throw, scrambles out of the pocket, fires it, and it'll be incomplete and nearly picked off by Jardine. That one he just threw too darn hard, Ross. He just burned that thing through his receiver.
And again, making that play happen, Alden Pablo just having a whale of a game back there in the defensive backfield, right on the receiver with good coverage on that college prospect that they have, Leroy Shelton. Can't say enough about Alden Pablo. He's just come up big time this year.
Shelton again with an awful lot of touchdowns. He has caught 13 TDs for Waiakea this season. Here's a 3rd down now. 3rd and 10 at the 32-yard line. The Menahuni 32. Young rolling to his right. Fires it. It'll be incomplete. Thrown too high. 4th down. The pass was aimed in the direction, or actually tossed to Jared Teramoto. But it was tossed a little bit too high, and thrown too hard. You just can't get up there to catch a hard pass that way.
That's a hard one to throw, those out patterns, and Johnny Young just didn't get a good spiral there on that throw. Wyman just needs another good stop here, and they'll practically just kill Waiakea.
Approaching the 9-minute 20-second mark. Young looking over the defense. Waimea spreading it out. Young steps back, looks for the first down, rolling, has some pressure, fires it, wobbly pass, and it's going to be incomplete, thrown out of bounds, and Young was crushed. Oh, what pressure coming after him by Kali'i Aguiar.
That's a second good pass rush by Kali'i Aguiar, a reserve player, and he's come up big time too. The reserves are hungry. The whole entire team is hungry, and what a whale of a ball game by that Waimea defense. Nobody in their right mind would think that they could hold Waiakea to 7 points.
That's absolutely an impossible task if you would have asked anybody prior to this ball game. First down, the Menahunis with 9 minutes and 12 seconds to go before they can claim a championship. They will hand it off. Pablo straight up the middle out to the 35-yard line, gains 3 or 4 yards on the play. They'll mark it at the 36, I think. Yes, they will.
The amazing thing about that Waimea defense, they're stopping the same Waiakea team that scored 38 points on them.
A year
and all
ago.
that skill position players are all back.
They all came back, Ross. You're absolutely right. And not only that, they've had 13 games preparation for this, and they really have honed their skills. Waiakea is an outstanding football team. Second down now, coming up. What can you say about Justin Ganadin? Hands off. Jardine hitting the backfield, struggling forward, gets to the line of scrimmage and gains a yard. Justin Ganadin getting his first start of the season in tonight's ball game. Not only is it just his first start, but this is the biggest ball game he's ever been in.
He hasn't had a fumble. He hasn't, missed any assignments. And, he's just played a hell of a ball game coming out of the reserve. What a tremendous game for Justin. They're going to have a great quarterback next year.
3rd and 5 now coming up for the Menahoonies. Ganadin with a pitch to Jardine, coming around the near sideline. Hit at the 40, breaks free. 45, 50, caught from behind and dragged down at the 45-yard line. Takes it for a first down and moves it into Waiakea territory.
Jay, it's those plays, besides those long breakers like that, where he just shows power, determination to get that first down, being hit before the marker and breaking it loose. They question his size and everything. They got to just come down and take a look because, Sean Jardine is an exceptional player.
This is interesting. The ball is set right now at the 47-yard line, but if you look at the markers, the down marker, it's halfway to the 46, so they're going to have to go 10.5 yards to pick up a first down here, the way the chains are set and where the ball is. And now Ganadin going to take a timeout. We're going to pause right along with him. 7 minutes, 20 seconds to go in this ball game. It's Waimea 28, Waiakea 7. Just kill. Can hold on. At the Waiakea 47, it's a 1st and 10. Ganadin with Pablo into motion to the far side. Fakes it to Jardine, throws it over the middle to Vea, who was wide open, and he drops the ball. Vea was 35 yards from pay dirt, and nobody between him and the goal line.
Again, Waiakea just came up, stacked up with 9 guys up. Vea had no one covering him, but a tremendous pass rush by Waiakea. Ganadin threw the ball a little low, practically because he had a guy on him. But, good play called by Waimea. Almost broke loose a big play, probably for a touchdown.
And Vea knew it too. Hand off to Pablo. He's going to break through, takes it to the 30 for a first down. 15-yard run for Alden Pablo. He's over the century mark tonight.
Jay, it's not exaggerating, but, Waimea just playing the best game I've ever seen them play. A coaching job is just awesome. They're calling the right plays at the right times, and they just have the boys sky high playing above their heads. What a great job.
I'll tell you what, if there was a game ball, it's got to go to that offensive line. On the first down play, they're going to hand off. It's Pablo hit at the line of scrimmage. They're trying to strip the ball from him, and we'll find out if they were successful in that. They were really grappling and fighting in there. A Waiakea player comes up with the ball, but I believe they will have blown it dead. It'll be second down for the Menahoonies, and Pablo nearly stripped of that ball. Gains a yard on the play, second down and 9, now at the 29-yard line. Pablo and Jardine in the backfield, about 4 yards behind the quarterback. Hand off to Jardine, breaks through the middle of the hole. 20, 15, dragging to the 10 to the 9. Dragging and leaving Waiakea players laying face down in the turf.
Looks like a late hit penalty too, Jay, after the play, or a face mask.
And Jardine looking back like, what, you guys need some more? We'll wait for the call. It'll be a personal foul against Waiakea.
You respect the team that comes out and plays hard, but when they are losing, can't take it like a man. You just look down and say, man, that guy's got no control there.
You still got some things to learn about the game, and you can go back to last year's lessons when the Menahoonies were spanked severely, but yet they held their head up and played like champions. There was not a play anything like this. Waiakea, in the face of adversity, kind of losing their cool occasionally. On first and goal, they're going to hand off, and it's going to be Pablo. He's tackled immediately as he goes to the line of scrimmage. Might have picked up a yard gain, and again, more pushing and bumping and shoving. Waiakea, quite frankly, folks, came in here bragging and boasting about how they were going to take care of the Menahunis. They have never felt that Waimea belonged on the same field as them. And here they are, down 28-7 with 5.5 minutes to go in the ball game. It is now a second down and goal at the 4. Hand off to Jardine, right side, smashes in, touchdown Waimea. Sean Jardine does it again.
And are these fans proud of their Menahunis or what? I mean, you know, just they're just embracing a team that has just committed themselves to excellence, and they've topped it off right here with the greatest performance ever on this field.
You know, you didn't hear one word over the last month about Waimea talking, preparing, or saying anything about this football game. They just went about their business. They were not rattling the newspapers. They weren't shuffling around at the radio stations statewide. Here's Jardine for the extra point now. Snap is good. Ferguson's hold is good. The kick, it's up, it's good. We're going to pause. 5:27 left in this big ball game. It's Waimea 35, Waiakea 7. Give them the luck.
Oh, man. He wants to share their information. And, you know, just take a hat off to John, because he's a tremendous asset to Waimea High School.
Boy, he is. And he is just another in a long line of just great coaches. And Kobayashi making a name of his own. Here's the kickoff by Gerald Hurd. It'll be picked up by Michael Ina. Going to the left, going to the right, trying to juke his way upfield. And he gets to the 35. And now a flag goes up late. And again, a Waiakea player coming up feisty. Grabbing and pushing, and one of the Menahunis getting knocked backwards now.
You know, this thing got to stop. I'm glad Coach Lino is getting out there, because, you know, just looking at the scoreboard, you know who's precipitating all of this stuff, and it just is a sad sight. They ought to end the game right now, because they won't be able to catch up even if they tried. It's sad.
And this is the time where you have to show your dignity in defeat. And that is an important aspect, and that's something that, well, anybody that plays Waimea in football has to learn that, because you're going to take it sooner or later with this program.
You don't like to get a black mark on a game like this, where, you know, it's an important game. You want a Neighbor Island Bowl to get that rap. Yeah, you know, there was a brawl in that year, and, you know, Waimea's not asking for it. We're telling the kids, they're probably telling the kids to walk away, but, you know, there's so much of this going on that it's hard.
Unsportsmanlike penalty against Waiakea. 15 yards marched off, so it'll be a first down and 25 to go for the 19-yard line. Young to drop back, looks deep, will throw it short. He has it complete to Lamoisa. Out to the 30, tackle from behind, and Puna Rivera